Todd Snider, the beloved Nashville singer-songwriter known for his wit, honesty, and one-of-a-kind storytelling, has died. He passed away in Hendersonville, Tennessee, at the age of 59. His family and management confirmed that he had been battling a previously undiagnosed case of walking pneumonia, an illness that rapidly worsened and ultimately led to complications that took his life. For an artist whose songs always felt alive, vibrant, and full of character, his sudden passing has left an entire music community stunned and heartbroken. Early life where it all began. Todd Daniel Snider was born on October 11, 1964, in Portland, Oregon, although he was raised in nearby Beaverton. Growing up, he was the kind of kid who soaked in stories, humor, and the unusual quirks of everyday life. His childhood wasn't defined by wealth or fame. Instead, it was shaped by characters, conversations, and the constant search for meaning, all themes that would eventually become a trademark of his songwriting. As a teenager, Snider discovered music almost accidentally. One night he saw John Prine perform, and that moment, he would later say, completely changed the course of his life. Something in Prine's raw, witty, deeply human style lit a fire in him. It made him believe that storytelling wasn't just a talent, it could be a calling. Early career finding his voice. Todd Snider eventually moved to Austin, Texas, a city known for nurturing musicians who don't quite fit into any one category. And that was Todd. Too funny to be folk, too soulful to be rock, too rebellious to be country, yet somehow perfect for all of them. His early performances in small clubs quickly drew attention. People didn't just hear his songs. They felt like he was talking to them, telling them a story that only he could tell. It didn't take long for record labels to notice, and his career began its steady, memorable rise. Breakthrough and rise to fame. Snider released his debut album, Songs for the Daily Planet, in 1994, which introduced audiences to his sharp lyrical style and his uncanny ability to describe life in a way that felt both humorous and painfully real. His single Talkin' Seattle Grunge Rock Blues became a surprise hit, partly because it captured the absurdity of the music industry at the time with a voice only he could deliver. Through the late 90s and early 2000s, Snider continued to grow his presence in the alt-country and Americana scenes. But it was his 2004 album, East Nashville Skyline, that cemented his status as a songwriter's songwriter. This album is now considered a classic, a perfect blend of humor, heartbreak, rebellion, and wisdom. If you talk to musicians, and many have spoken up since his passing, they'll tell you that Snider had a rare gift. He could take something ordinary and make it unforgettable. He could turn a simple conversation, a mistake, a joke, or a memory into a song that could make you laugh, cry, or sit silently thinking about your own life. A career built on storytelling. Throughout his decades-long career, Snider built a reputation for his storytelling more than anything else. His concerts felt like hanging out with an old friend who had the funniest, wildest stories, the kind that make you shake your head and say, "Only Todd." He wasn't afraid to talk about the hard stuff either. Addiction, politics, love, loss, homelessness, and humanity. Snider approached them all with honesty and compassion. Often his songs blended humor with genuine social commentary, a combination that made him stand out in a crowded field of talented artists. And in recent years, even as the music industry changed, Snider kept doing things his way. Independent labels loved him, artists admired him, and fans adored him because he never pretended to be anything he wasn't. Personal life and struggles. Snider's personal life wasn't always easy. He struggled with injuries, addiction, and the ups and downs that come with a life on the road. Anyone who followed his career knows he carried emotional scars and physical ones, but he turned them into art in a way that helped others feel understood. In October of last year, his life took yet another difficult turn when he was the victim of a violent assault outside his hotel in Salt Lake City. He was hospitalized with severe injuries and ultimately forced to cancel his upcoming tour for his album, High, Lonesome, and Then Some. His team didn't share many details, but they made it clear he needed an indefinite period to recover. Shortly after that assault, an unrelated incident occurred where Snider was arrested in Salt Lake City following a hospital discharge dispute. According to an arrest affidavit, he became upset with hospital staff and was charged with disorderly conduct, trespassing, and making threats. He was released shortly after. His team publicly addressed the assault, but made no mention of the arrest, focusing instead on his health and recovery. These incidents gave fans a glimpse into the difficult chapter he was navigating, one that sadly ended before he had a chance to fully recover. his final days a rapidly declining illness. In the weeks leading up to his death, Snider had been quietly suffering from walking pneumonia, a type of respiratory infection that can hide in the background until it suddenly becomes severe. After returning home, he began having trouble breathing and was admitted to a hospital in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Doctors quickly diagnosed him, but complications developed faster than anyone expected. His family posted on social media asking fans for support and prayers as he was transferred to another medical facility for advanced care. But despite the efforts of doctors and the gradual flow of messages from fans hoping for recovery, Snider's condition continued to worsen. There were no widely shared public last words if he spoke any. His family has chosen to keep them private, which is completely understandable and deeply respectful. An outpouring of love and grief. When the news of his passing was announced, the reaction was immediate and emotional. Fellow musicians called him a genius, a friend, and a creative soul who shaped their own musical journeys. Fans shared stories of how his songs helped them through breakups, rough patches, long road trips, and unforgettable nights. His record label, Aimless Incorporated, wrote, "He could distill everything down to its essence." And that was Todd Snider, someone who took the chaos of life and turned it into something simple, honest, and beautiful. Why Todd Snider mattered. Todd Snider leaves behind a legacy that is impossible to measure in chart numbers or awards. His legacy lives in the musicians he inspired, the fans who felt understood through his songs, the humor he brought into dark places, the raw honesty he carried into every lyric, and the undeniable sense of humanity in his work. He was, as many called him, a songwriter, someone whose influence may not have always shown up on mainstream charts, but whose fingerprints can be found all over modern Americana and alt-country music. He once said in an interview that he didn't want to be famous, he wanted to be useful. And for countless people, he absolutely was. Todd Snider's story is one of humor, pain, resilience, and creativity. He made the world a little funnier, a little more thoughtful, and a lot more musical. His passing at 59 feels far too soon, but the songs he left behind will keep speaking for him and to us for years to come. If you found this tribute meaningful, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more stories honoring the lives of remarkable artists.